Welcome to Reality Creative Video. I'm Hermes, and it's time for an update on what's been going on here. Yes, I'm always busy. Things are always moving forward. So here we got Plasma Arc Platinum. Right here, I don't know if you can notice it, it's a very light colored brown, which is normal for Plasma Arc Platinum. This thing cooked in 20 minutes. Time right here, 21 minutes and 45 seconds, and it cooked to about 25 parts per million, which is picture over here on the oscilloscope on this side, and I will show you the picture up there in the frame, which is quite impressive because if you're following along, to get, even if it even would be possible, I've never had a 25 parts per million platinum solution. The most I've been able to get is between 15 and 18 parts per million platinum solution with low voltage electrolysis, and it's a 12-hour process to do that. And you got to dump a whole bunch of household chemicals in there to make it work. So this is just distilled water, 20 minutes, and I got a higher concentration than I would normally with the other one. Clearly, high voltage is the way to go with platinum, which quite honestly are much easier to do. I hate to say it. Once you got the transformer set up, and once I got the the arc top working the way I'm supposed to, it's fairly simple. Connect the leads. Press the dead man switch I have on the floor there. Monitor the arc for 20 minutes. Basically, you're done. I made improvements on the process. Now, as you know, I've been using the 10 kilovolt electronic transformer, and that works. But in the beginning, when I was trying to get the plasma arc to work, I had a lot of trouble getting the plasma arc to work, and I said, well, maybe it's because of the transformer. Maybe I need a non-electronic transformer. So I bit the bullet at that time, invested the very expensive money to order this non-electronic transformer, 15,000 volts. And it was 2 weeks to get it here. So the big transformer came. I got a notice from Amazon that my delivery was here. And I'm like, what do you mean my delivery's here? Nobody came to the driveway because I have cameras out there in the driveway. So I know when someone pulls up. Walk down to the end of the driveway, and there's my box. I'm like, well, that kind of lazy person, he didn't want to deliver this transformer. So I go to pick this transformer up, and I'm like, yeah, holy crap, how heavy is this thing? I'm going down to pick it up with one hand, I had to squat and put this thing in my hands and lift it up, or I was going to put my back out for sure. I weighed it. It weighs 22 pounds. And it's big. It's like this big. Anyway, I know why now it took 2 weeks to come, because I think they probably had to put that thing on a freight train to get it here. Anyway, the transformer came, and I said, well, I'm having all of this trouble cooking the plasma arc with the silver, which at the time I didn't know silver is the hardest metal to cook with a plasma arc. Copper is actually the easiest. So I said, let me hook the electronic transformer up and see if that's where my problem is. So I hooked the wires up to the electronic transformer, and I hooked up the leads, and I still couldn't get a plasma arc. And that's when I started to think, well, something else must be wrong with my plasma arc process, because this transformer should work. It doesn't have, it has the current, it has the sine wave output that it's supposed to have, unlike the electronic transformers, which have a triangle wave output. It's got the kick, that initial kick. Electronic transformers don't have that initial kick. And that was my thought, was that because the electronic transformer didn't have the initial kick behind it to start the plasma arc, that was the problem. But no, that wasn't it. Problem wound up being logistics, the actual how the apparatus is done. It needed to be done this way with the glass tubes. the stuff being secure and pure, absolute distilled water, which was freshly made by my own distiller. The store-bought distilled water was not as effective. It wasn't as easy to create the plasma arc. So, having all these things done, I was able to get the plasma arc. I got the plasma arc done on the 10K transformer. So then now I started cooking the plasma arc on the 15 kilovolt monster transformer. And I have to say that the extra 5,000 volts and the fact that we're looking at a sine wave instead of a triangle wave and that extra kick current does make cooking plasma arc colloidals easier with the big transformer. But you don't absolutely need it. You can get it to work fine with the small transformer. It's just a little bit more tedious. You got to play around with the gap a little bit more, and you might have to, reposition the wires every now and then, which I still have to do with this as well. So both transformers work, is what I'm trying to say to you guys. For those of you that are experimenting with plasma arc, the plasma arc process. Certainly the electronic transformer is probably safer, I would say, over the coil, the 22-pound coil transformer. So I would definitely recommend using the electronic transformer. And then down the road, you want a heftier transformer and you got the money you want to invest in this big 22-pound monster. Well, then you could do that. But I've shown you here, all the pictures that the shorts that I've shown you so far up until today are taken with the 10,000 volt transformer. So this week I'm going to be making colloidals with the 15,000 volt transformer. And like I said, from preliminary with the platinum that I just cooked up here, which looks identical, in parts per million in color, to the 10,000 volt transformer, works. I'm Hermes. This is Reality Creative Video, and I will talk to you again soon.